Hello, Western Heights friends and family. Over the past couple weeks, and maybe even more than a month, I've heard people talk about when we get back to normal. And I think I know what they mean by that. I think they mean we get back to the way things used to be. But I kind of question whether we ever can. Because so much has changed. Our world has changed so much in the last 6 months and even a year that I'm not sure there's much going back. Now, that's not like a doomsday kind of understanding. That's just life. We can't go back always to the way things used to be because things change. And if I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure I want to go back. Now, don't get me wrong, there were some wonderful things that were happening before, but I'm really curious. I think there's some positive changes that have happened, and I'm curious what the future holds for us. What does it look like? And I'm kind of excited to see what it might look like in this uncharted territory ahead of us. I'm reading a book right now that has been highly recommended to me, and you may have heard of this book before. It's a leadership book called Canoeing the Mountains. And it's all about the concept of how do you lead in uncharted territory, which is extremely applicable to the church context, especially right now, is that we're in uncharted territory. So how do you lead in this? The author uses as an illustration the Lewis and Clark expedition to explore the Louisiana Purchase. You see, they were commissioned to navigate the Missouri River to its source. And then from its source, they were supposed to go over whatever mountain range was right there, find another river that would then take them to the Pacific Ocean. It was an assumption that this would be difficult, but not near as difficult as it ended up being. It was also an assumption that the terrain that they knew, meaning the slow, gentle rise of the Missouri River up to the Rockies, was very similar on this side, the west side, or the east side, as it would be the west. And that the mountain range would be very similar to the Appalachian Mountains that they were used to. Those assumptions ended up being false. See, whenever they found the source of the Missouri River, when they looked into the mountains, they say that all they could see was these treacherous mountains. And if you've ever been in that part of the country, it's absolutely beautiful. But if your commission is to find a path through it to the Pacific Ocean, you can understand how daunting of a task that might be. And see, they used canoes. They were navigating the river. And they expected to continue navigating a river, but whenever they got to the mountains, they didn't see a river. They didn't find a path that would be worthy of the canoes. And that's why the book is called Canoeing the Mountains. What do you do whenever you have to go off all of the assumptions from the past? I think of a guy like Abraham. Abraham was called. He was in the land of Ur. It was considered more of a metropolis, a city of his time. And in Genesis 12, it says, "The Lord said to Abram, leave your native country, your relatives, your father's family, go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make you famous, and you will be a blessing to others. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who treat you with contempt. All the families of earth will be blessed through you." And the crazy part of the story is Abram does this. Abraham leaves to a country that he has no clue he has never been there before. He doesn't know what it looks like. He doesn't know where God is calling him. He just knows that when he gets there, God will say, "You're here." And that's what happens. I wonder how much we could learn from Abram and how much we need to employ of this idea of navigating an uncharted territory. See, we as a church, we don't know what the future holds. We don't know sometimes exactly where we're going, but we are in uncharted territory. And as we walk into that uncharted territory, we're gonna make mistakes. Just part of it. Our hope is that we can learn from those mistakes and grow even more. So the question that I have, I guess, is this. Will you join us on this journey? See, we may not know what the future holds, but we know that God is beckoning us. He is calling us to a new place, a new destination, a new part of the story. And we may not know what that looks like, but we trust that God is with us on this journey. So I hope that as a church family, you will join us as we strive to navigate the mountains in front of us. Be with us on this journey, and may God guide us in every step of the way. Hope this has been a little bit of encouragement in these crazy times to keep on keeping on. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.